February 9th, 2004. A young college student was driving through a dark, snow-covered road in New Hampshire. Then her car left the road. A local resident called police. A school bus driver stopped to check on her. And when police arrived just minutes later, the car was still there. But Maura Murray was gone. She was 21 years old, and more than 2 decades later, she has never been found. So what happened to Maura Murray? To understand the mystery, we have to go back to the beginning. Maura Murray was a 21-year-old nursing student at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. She had previously attended the United States Military Academy at West Point, and she was known to enjoy running and hiking in the mountains of New Hampshire. On February 9th, Maura left her university campus. Earlier that day, she sent emails to professors saying there had been a death in the family and that she would be away. She also made several calls related to places to stay in Vermont and New Hampshire, but she never arrived at any confirmed destination. That evening, Maura was driving a black 1996 Saturn through New Hampshire. Then, at approximately 7:27 p.m., something happened. Her car left the road on Route 112 in North Haverhill. A local school bus driver named Butch Atwood stopped and spoke with her. According to his account, Maura appeared shaken, but he did not see any obvious blood on her face. Atwood offered to call the police. Maura declined his offer. He then returned to his home and called authorities himself. And this is where the timeline becomes one of the most important parts of the mystery. The first report came in at approximately 7:27 p.m. An officer arrived at the scene at around 7:46 p.m. Only about 19 minutes had passed. The black Saturn was still sitting beside the road, but Maura was gone. Her vehicle was locked. There was no confirmed explanation for where she had gone, and from that moment forward, there has been no confirmed sighting of Maura Murray. The abandoned Saturn became one of the most important pieces of evidence in the investigation. Inside the vehicle were personal belongings, including clothing, college textbooks, toiletries, and other items from Maura's life. Investigators also learned that Maura had been seen at an ATM earlier that day. She had withdrawn money and purchased items before leaving Massachusetts. But there was still one enormous question. Why would Maura leave her car behind on a snowy, isolated road? And where did she go? Over the years, investigators and volunteers conducted extensive searches. The surrounding woods were searched. Potential locations were investigated. And in 2019, authorities searched the basement of a nearby home after investigators focused attention on the property. The search did not produce Maura's remains or establish a connection between the home and her disappearance. In 2021, bone fragments discovered near Loon Mountain were examined. They were not identified as Maura's remains. Then, in July 2022, authorities conducted another large-scale search in the woods around Route 112. But once again, there was no definitive answer. As the years passed, several theories emerged. One possibility is that Maura walked away from the crash and entered the surrounding woods. Another possibility is that she accepted a ride from someone passing through the area. There has also been speculation that another person may have been involved. But this is where we have to separate theories from facts. There is no confirmed public evidence proving exactly what happened to Maura after she left the crash scene. No theory has been proven, and the available evidence does not provide a definitive answer. In 2024, the FBI released an age progression image showing what Maura might look like at approximately 41 years old. The purpose was to generate new leads and help the public recognize her. But the case did not end there. In 2026, investigators in New Hampshire said they were continuing to work on the case and were using new technology and investigative techniques. Among the technologies reported were facial recognition and LiDAR. More than 22 years have now passed since Maura disappeared. But the central questions remain. Why did she leave the University of Massachusetts? Where exactly was she going? Why did she crash on Route 112? Why did she leave the vehicle? Did she walk away? Did someone offer her a ride? Was another person involved? Or is there an explanation that investigators have simply never discovered? We don't know. And that uncertainty is what has kept the mystery of Maura Murray alive for more than 2 decades. On February 9, 2004, Maura Murray disappeared. Her car was found. Her belongings were found. Witnesses saw her shortly before police arrived, but Maura herself was gone. Today, her case remains unresolved, and investigators continue to seek information that could finally explain what happened that night. Maybe one day, a missing piece of evidence will connect the story. Maybe someone who knows what happened will finally come forward. Until then, one question remains on a quiet, snowy road in New Hampshire. Where is Maura Murray?